Now, in news just in Namibia's watershed elections set to face a legal challenge from two political parties. That's the Independent Patriots for Change in the main and the Landless People's Movement. This as the IPC has launched two applications against aspects of the Namibian election, a challenge to the presidential election in the Supreme Court, as well as a challenge to the Parliamentary election in the Electoral Court in the High Court. And our reporter Canny Maphanga is back and has more details. Kenny?
Indeed. Good evening to you, Bongiwe, and to the viewers at home. The IPC's challenge of the Namibian elections is centered around the president's proclamation of the election and the way the polls were conducted by the Electoral Commission of Namibia. In an affidavit before the Supreme Court, Dr. Panduleni Itula, who was a candidate for the presidential election, contends that the Constitution of the Republic of Namibia confers the powers on the president to determine the date of the impugned election. Upon recommendation by the Commission, adding that neither the Constitution nor the Act, that is the Electoral Act, permits the President or the Commission to vary or amend the date and time for voting once the poll has commenced. The elections were held on the 27th of November 2024, but were extended by 2 days, which the IPC argues was simply unlawful. The IPC charges in papers that the elections were flawed on a range of levels and were outright constitutionally offensive, and as a result, the party is asking the court to, among other things, set aside the impugned election. The Landless People's Movement, the LPM, also supports the relief sought by the IPC and seeks only to extend the part of the election, or rather to set aside the extended part of the election. They've argued that it contravenes the Electoral Act and is an abuse of power. Case management for the Supreme Court bid will sit tomorrow, the 9th of January, and more details will follow on the Electoral Court and the High Court bid. Over to you.
All right, Kenny, certainly this is a big moment. This is a big moment, and we'll continue then to bring you developments on this one. Remember, it was the big issue, especially around the extension. The opposition party simply not happy with that and wanting to know why was it granted, and for them it raised some serious concerns. So certainly we'll continue then to watch this particular legal bid. We'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll stay with legal matters as we'll look at the Senzo Mewa murder trial and various other issues.